Welcome back to the R Auto Tech 5 channel. Makes Beetle Pickup. A quirky mix of classic style and practicality, this custom-built machine is as unique as it gets. But is it just a fun showpiece, or does it have real usability? Stick around as we dive into its design, interior, comfort, performance, and more. Let's roll. The Volkswagen Beetle Pickup isn't an official factory model, it's a custom-built machine, created by enthusiasts who love the Beetle but wanted a bit more utility. These pickups are made by modifying a classic Beetle, cutting the rear section, reinforcing the chassis, and adding a compact cargo bed. It retains the original rear-mounted, air-cooled engine, giving it that vintage VW charm. Typically, these builds use air-cooled flat 4, producing around 50 to 60 horsepower, paired with a 4-speed manual transmission. Some resto-mod versions feature 5-speed swaps or automatics. It remains rear-wheel drive with the engine mounted at the back, just like a stock Beetle. Fuel efficiency is around 25 to 30 mpg, making it relatively economical for a classic. Since it has a shorter body than a standard Beetle, weight distribution changes slightly, but it remains lightweight and nimble. One look at this thing, and you know it's not your average Beetle. The front keeps that iconic Beetle face, rounded headlights, curved fenders, and that unmistakable shape. Some custom builds add chrome bumpers, fog lights, or even off-road brush guards for a rugged look. The pickup conversion is what makes it stand out. The rear roof section is completely removed and replaced with a custom cargo bed, which can be wood-lined, metal-plated, or even feature side rails for extra utility. Some versions even have a Baja-style roll cage, adding to the aggressive look. Depending on the build, the suspension setup can vary. Stock builds use classic VW wheels with narrow tires, keeping the vintage aesthetic, while lifted versions have all-terrain tires, perfect for beach or off-road adventures. Paint jobs range from classic two-tone Volkswagen styles to rad rod patina finishes, giving it a weathered hot rod feel. Inside, the Beetle Pickup keeps things simple but can be modified for a more modern feel. Most retain the original Beetle dash, with a simple center-mounted speedometer and minimal gauges. However, some custom builds add modern digital displays, upgraded stereos, and extra switches for a personalized touch. Seating is strictly for two, as the back seats have been removed to make room for the cargo bed. Many keep the stock vinyl seats, but high-end builds may have sport bucket seats or even custom leather upholstery. Since it's based on a vintage Beetle, don't expect high-tech features. Manual windows, no and minimal electronics are standard. However, some resto-mod builds add Bluetooth audio, touchscreen infotainment, and custom speaker systems for a modern driving experience. Cabin storage is limited, but the front trunk remains, providing a small amount of extra cargo space. Let's be real, this isn't a luxury cruiser. But how comfortable is it for what it is? The original Beetle had a torsion bar suspension, giving it a bouncy but fun ride. If lowered, the ride gets harsher. If lifted, it's better for rough roads. The air-cooled engine hums loudly, especially at highway speeds, and minimal insulation means you'll hear everything from the road to the wind. Seating comfort depends on the build. Stock versions have basic padding, while customized ones can have better support. The seating position is low and close to the wheel, just like a classic Bug. It's great for short trips, but long drives might get tiring unless upgraded with more ergonomic seats. While it's a fun weekend cruiser, it's not ideal for everyday driving, though it's small. Size makes parking incredibly easy. Does this little pickup have enough bite to match its bark? The stock engine isn't a rocket, but it has a charm of its own. It does in around definitely more about cruising than racing. However, some builds swap in Subaru, Porsche, or even turbocharged VW engines, making them serious sleepers. The lightweight body makes it fun to throw around corners, and with its short wheelbase, the handling is sharp. However, since it's rear engine, it can be a little tail-happy in wet conditions. Older models use drum brakes, which aren't the best for quick stops, but custom builds often upgrade to disc brakes for better braking power. Fuel economy is decent but modified versions may consume more depending on the engine setup. So, should you own a Volkswagen Beetle Pickup? Let's break it down. Unmatched uniqueness, this is a conversation starter anywhere you go. Classic VW charm with a practical twist. Customization potential, you can build it to match your style. Great for weekend cruising and car shows. Limited power, stock versions are more for fun than speed. Comfort is basic, no luxury features here. Not ideal for daily use, especially in modern traffic. At the end of the day, the Volkswagen Beetle Pickup is for those who love creativity, classic cars, and standing out from the crowd. It's not the fastest, the smoothest, or the most practical, but it's got character, and that's what makes it special.